Good evening, everyone. And on behalf of the Akwa family, I want to thank you all and welcome you on the second part of this occasion. I know you took time off your busy schedule to come and celebrate with us, and that means a lot to us. I see very familiar faces here, and that tells me we are celebrating as one big family, and you are all welcome. To my wonderful, beautiful sister and her husband, Mr. Jenma Choi, all the way from Cameroon, I want to tell you all that the heavens are open today. For one reason and one reason only, that all what we've done today belongs to my dad and our dad. If you remember, the placard that he carries during the CPC Valley 50th anniversary, he said, all of our children are his degrees. So every time that we hit a milestone in life, especially an academic milestone, that goes to confirm what he has for us many years ago. And this legacy is going to live forever and ever, because the degrees keep coming from his children, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren, and the legacy is something that you can imagine. Mami in Cameroon is very proud of you today, because she sends a word of gratitude and congratulations for the thing that you've done, especially for her, the daughter. She's very happy for you as someone that has stood there for her, and she's very happy. Brother Sam of Blessed Memory is also in heaven today. I'm very thankful because he is the person who believed in you first than any other person, because we paid the first prize for your greatest achievement today in America. And we are all beneficiaries of his great legacy. Brother Chris, who cannot make it here today, is more than happy for you, because you know he always calls you our trendsetter, our goal-getter. And this is very true because you are the very first Akwa who came here in 1991. And today, DFW is an Akwa's family, and we are grateful for that. My sister and I, if you all don't know, we went to the same primary school, the same secondary school, and the same high school. I'm the only one in the family who shared that same legacy with her. So I am a testimony to talk about her tenacity, her resilience, and her hard work in everything that she wants to do. She carries it on to the fullest. And you know, if you speak to every successful individual in the world, regardless of their nationality, their ethnicity, or their religious background, they'll tell you one thing, that everything in this world is possible. And the reason they can say that is because they have gone through a process in life, or processes in life, that many people thought that was impossible, but they make it possible. And you are one of those people. Many years ago, when I was in university, during the orientation in UTMB in Galveston, the president of the university, in an auditorium filled of so many students, about 1,000 students, he said he wanted to identify two people. He called out two names, and one lady stood up at the end of the hall, and another lady and another gentleman stood at the other end of the hall. He said, this is the America that we want to see. A land of unlimited opportunities, a land that you never give up on your dream. He said this lady wanted to be a nurse at every point of his life. However, somewhere along her lines, she decided to have children. And after so many years, after raising her children, she went back to finish her dreams. And today, she is first year medical school and the son is first year nursing school. And this is the America that we want to see. I'm saying all of this to say that my sister here, when I moved to America in the late 1990s, she had one dream in life. She always told me, but regardless of all my achievement, I want to go back to school. I want to be a nurse practitioner. I moved to Cameroon and worked at the U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé. And today, Dr. Mary Akwa, you are a wonderful woman. You have accomplished your dreams, even more than your dreams, because back then you wanted to be a nurse practitioner, but today you are a doctor of nurse practice. And that's why I call you the Bible of nursing. You started as a young girl, as a CNA in 1998 in Washington, D.C. And today, you are a doctor of nursing practice. Congratulations. And before I go, I want to leave you with 4 things. Number 1, to succeed in life, you don't need to be perfect. You need to be progressive. And every day, if you be a better version of yourself, you will always accomplish your dream. Number 2, be humble. But in humility, you have to protect your soul. Because the soul of every human being is the most vulnerable part that has always been attacked. Number 3, be hungry of knowledge. Because when you know better, you do better. And number 4, be original and be genuine. Because genuinity is what we need in life. The world does not need copies, it needs genuine people. And nobody on planet Earth can do whatever you do the way you do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You all have listened to those beautiful words of greetings and encouragement from Dr. Choya's older brother, if I'm not mistaken, and the lovely words sent by Mama all the way back home in Cameroon. We're blessed to have them. At this point, I think we are ready to listen to what the other half, the better half, the rib from which Dr. Mary was made from, the earthly one in whom she moves, lives, and has her being. The one who's been a pillar of support for all these years. I'm talking about no other person. I'm talking about Mr. Nini Tonton Jamak Achoy. Can we put our hands together? Mr. Achoy, you have the floor. The floor is yours.
Okay, because he's French speaking, we're gonna ask somebody to interpret for him. And this is no other person but Mr. Boris. Thank you very much for being bilingual.
Google Translate. Bonsoir à tous. Good evening, y'all. J'ai fait partir du Cameroun pour les États-Unis.
I've traveled 18,000 kilometers from Cameroon to the United States.
C'est pratiquement 22 à 23 heures de vol.
Around about 22 to 23 hours of flight.
Vous comprenez que je ne peux pas faire une telle distance avec tout ce que j'ai dans mon cœur à adresser à ma chère épouse et que je ne puisse pas l'exprimer dans la langue que je maîtrise le mieux.
You know that I couldn't make all this journey and come and explain to you in a language that I'm not too familiar with. It's best that I use the language that I know best.
Merci. Je voudrais avant toute chose dire merci infiniment à vous tous qui avez sacrifié de votre temps, de votre énergie, avez sacrifié vos occupations pour honorer de votre présence cette soirée.
I want to take the pleasure to thank all of you that have made the sacrifices of your time, your job, and most importantly, to come and spend the time with us this evening.
Soyez-en sincèrement remerciés.
I want to sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Aujourd'hui, vous célébrez Mary, mais je dirais que la personne la plus honorée ici ce soir, c'est Choi.
For those who didn't understand, for those of you who didn't get it, tonight, in as much as we're celebrating Mary, the most honorable person that we celebrate tonight is Nechomi.
Et je vais vous dire pourquoi.
But I want to tell you guys why.
Je vais vous dire pourquoi Choi est le plus honoré, parce que toutes ces dernières années, le nom de Choi résonnait seulement dans les cours étudiants.
Il faut répéter une fois par
Toutes ces dernières années, le nom de Choi, on entendait ça seulement dans les cours étudiants.
Okay, to make it simple, the Chomi name has always been heard previously in other senses. In the not the traditional part of it. If you have a better person that can translate, it's like God is talking and you all want to talk. Okay.
Aujourd'hui, ce nom a traversé les mers et les océans. Il est venu se hisser sur le toit du monde, qu'est les États-Unis d'Amérique.
Today that name has traveled the world across oceans and have come to rest in the United States.
Ce nom est désormais sur le toit du monde grâce à la force, le courage et la détermination d'une femme guérie.
That name remains has traveled because of the tenacity and determination of one lady that has come to join the family, and she's known as Mary.
Je comprends aujourd'hui pourquoi on dit derrière un grand homme, il y a une grande femme. Je comprends pourquoi on dit derrière un grand homme, il y a une grande femme.
That's why you understand why they say behind a strong man, there's always a strong woman.
Mary était de passage au Cameroun pour un séjour.
There was a time when things happened in Cameroon within a certain period.
Elle ne savait pas ce qui l'attendait là-bas.
She didn't know what she was what waiting for her.
Vous savez, le Cameroun, c'est un pays où il y a beaucoup de pièges.
Cameroon is a country full of little traps.
Et parmi ces pièges, il y avait un qu'on appelait Choi.
And within those little traps, there was one that was called Choi.
Et ce piège a attrapé le pied de Mary.
And that trap took a hold of Mary's legs.
Il voulait attraper les deux, mais un s'est échappé pour qu'elle revienne aux États-Unis.
The trap wanted to get both legs. There was having to catch one, while the other traveled across to the United States.
Heureusement, dans cette salle, il y a quelqu'un qui avait déjà vu le piège et il a dit à Mary, this man can make his intention.
Luckily for that track, there was somebody in this hall that pointed to Mary that man, I know what his intentions are. That man is sitting right there with his hands up.
Et je suis très heureux de le compter parmi nous aujourd'hui parce que sa vision s'est réalisée.
I'm happy to have him among friends that I can count because he had a wonderful vision for me.
Alors, quand Mary revient aux États-Unis, elle me dit qu'elle retourne à l'école.
When Mary returned to the United States, she told me
elle repart à l'école.
She's going back to school.
Ce à quoi je ne croyais pas.
I didn't believe her.
Pour être honnête, je ne croyais pas.
I didn't totally believe her.
Quand elle a insisté, moi je me suis dit peut-être qu'elle va pour 2 ans, parce qu'au Cameroun, nous sommes habitués à faire 2 ans à l'ENAM, on sort magistrat, on sort inspecteur des impôts, des finances, administrateur, 2 ans. Et je croyais qu'elle partait pour 2 ans.
So when she said she was going back to college, I thought she was just going for 2 years, for a couple of years. So, you know, like in Cameroon, we go to professional college like the ENAM and all that, and we do 2 years of professional colleging. But so, back in my thought, I thought she was only going for 2 years.
Mais j'ai vu le temps passer. 2 ans après, elle me dit 2 ans encore.
2 years flew by, and then she told me there's 2 more years to come.
Et je ne comprenais rien. Parce que moi, je suis habitué avec les codes pénals, civils et autres, mais pas avec le monde de la médecine. Parce que quand je vais à la médecine, c'est seulement quand je suis malade.
I had no clue what was happening because I'm used to just the court, how the court functions. So I had no idea what she was telling me, what she was talking about.
Alors, Mary aussi m'a tendu un piège. Son piège, c'était que non, l'année prochaine, ça finit.
So she keeps saying that next year I'm going to wind up. Everything's going to finish.
Pourtant, elle est aux États-Unis, moi je suis au Cameroun.
Whereas she was in the United States and I'm in Cameroon.
Obligé donc de venir tout le temps aux États-Unis pour la voir.
So it was my obligation for me to always come to Cameroon, United States to meet up, to see her.
Sauf que quand je viens la voir, de lundi à samedi, on n'est pas ensemble.
Whenever I came to see her, we always, from Monday to Saturday, we're always together.
Le seul jour,
Before the vacation was there.
sauf que quand je viens de lundi à samedi, on ne se voit même pas.
Oh, okay, that's the sugar they put in. So, whenever I came, unfortunately for me, between Monday to Saturdays, we didn't have the time of seeing each other.
Le seul jour qu'on pouvait se voir, c'était le dimanche pour aller à l'église.
The best day we had time to spend together and saw each other was Sunday because we had to go to church.
Et même à l'église, on l'appelait My Sunday's Wife, et moi j'étais son husband Sunday, et elle était ma
Even at church, she was taken because she was like the Sunday's wife, and then Jabba, of course, was seen as the other.
Alors, vous comprenez dans quelle souffrance j'étais.
If you can understand my body, the body that I had to face.
Prendre l'avion, faire 23 heures de vol, 18 000 km, venir et ne rester avec ma femme que le dimanche.
Taking that flight, taking that 23-hour flight, coming only to spend Sunday with my wife.
Pour vous dire vrai, j'en ai souffert.
A man shouldn't have that kind of suffering.
J'en ai vraiment souffert.
I really did go through a lot.
Mais aujourd'hui, je comprends que la souffrance en valait la peine.
So today I've come to understand that what I went through had its blessings.
Je voudrais m'adresser à toi, Marie,
Let me address you, Mary.
pour te dire, chérie, merci infiniment. Merci parce que tu m'as montré que à partir de rien, on peut arriver là où on veut.
I don't think I have to translate that because, you know, the two of them understand each other. Anyway, since we're in the public place, Mary, I want to thank you enormously because without you, with you, we make a wonderful couple.
Avec toi, Mary, avec toi, j'ai appris ce que c'est que la patience.
With you, I've come to understand what it means to be patient.
J'ai appris ce que c'est que la discipline.
I've learned what it means to be disciplined.
J'ai appris ce que c'est que le courage.
I've come to learn what courage means.
Parce que ces trois choses-là, moi je ne crois que c'est pas ça.
Because of those three things, independently, without you, I had no clue.
Aujourd'hui, grâce à ces trois mots, tu as pu porter mon nom, tu l'as amené ici aux États-Unis, tu l'as mis sur le toit du monde. Je t'en remercie.
I want to thank you because today, this journey, you've taken my name upon yourself, brought it to the United States, put it on top of the on top of the cross, the world's cross, you know, or on top of the peak of the world, I should say.
Vous ne pouvez pas imaginer.
And then made me a wonderful person.
Vous ne pouvez pas imaginer lorsque, dans mon lieu de service, une vidéo qui nous a été envoyée, elle faisait son graduation, on l'appelle Mary Choi, c'était top.
You can't imagine that, you know, during one of my sessions, there was a video that came through of Mary, and then we put that on. That was very spectacular.
Dans les milieux, tu parlais de justice aujourd'hui. Quand je passe, on m'appelle Dr. Choi.
And the justice court. Yeah, and the courthouse. You know, Mary is well known that, you know, when she walks by, they say, hey man, that's Madame Choi.
On m'appelle Dr. Choi.
It looks like the doctor, like they say, you know, it's a family thing. So when Jamal walks on that corridors of the courtyard, the courthouse, they call him Dr. Choi.
Alors je voudrais dire à tout le monde ici, merci pour ceux qui ont de près ou de loin soutenu Mary dans cette aventure.
I want to thank everyone that has been there throughout Mary's journey and have been there in support of her.
Sa famille qui a été à ses côtés,
Her family,
ses amis qui de près ou de loin l'ont accompagnée,
her friends that accompanied her throughout,
les membres de son église qui n'avaient de cesse de faire des prières pour elle.
the members of our church that have prayed and been there for her.
À tout ce monde-là, je dis merci. Pas seulement pour Mary, mais pour moi également.
And to you all, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you, not just for Mary, but for myself. Thank you all.
Merci infiniment. Que Dieu vous bénisse et ramène chacun à son domicile.
I want to thank you all immensely, and that may God bless you all and take you home safely.
You ready?
Hello, good evening to everyone here. Good evening. Thank you all for coming to celebrate Mary. know that she was something. I used to call her Pathfinder. Chris and even Paddy, they mentioned that she brought the Akwa families to Texas. No, that's not true. She brought far more than that because I'm here in Texas because of Mary. When I arrived here about 30 years ago, you can imagine, she was still in her 20s. And she took me and gave me my first job. I see, that's not even a description of Mary. She's much more than that. I know her very well because I've been working on her for so many years, for more than 25 years I've been working together. Although she's been doing so many other things on the side. But I want to congratulate you, Mary. I know we've not seen anything yet. Is Dr. Campbell honoring? She better tighten her seatbelt because she's going to bring anything from her. Mary is an amazing person, a very caring person. Over the years that I've done work with healthcare, the most difficult cases, we hand it to Mary and she will if she cannot handle the case, then that case cannot be handled. Thank you, Mary. I'll say this. About 2 years ago, I had a dream. You know, usually sleep at night and dream. So I saw a dream. It was a graduation party. And I got up in the morning, I called her, I said, I saw you in a dream, you had 3 straps on your shoulder. Told her that. She told me she was in school. She was in school. And I'm very, very proud of you. Thank you, Jama, for making this trip to come and support Mary. And thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much. You've been very close to your sister, Dr. Mary, for these years, you and your beautiful wife. I remember every time you have an event in Cameroon, for her or for you, she either shows up or you show up, you and your wife, for her. That is what brothers and sisters are meant to be. The next speaker is a beautiful angel of mine, but I just want to divert a little bit. Is there any 90-year-old person in this hall?
Yes, of course, there is.
Is there any 90-year-old person in this hall? If we have, then she needs to be honored.
Mommy is here.
It's not a given, it is grace. So have a 90-year-old person sit with us from church up to this moment. We cannot take it for granted. I mean, is here present. I just want her to say a word. I'll take the mic over to her. Let us speak a word. So we all can leave from here, not only tapping the grace of having our doctorates and PhDs, we're equally tapping the grace of living long in the land of the living. So I'm walking over to Mami table. Mami, I brought the mic to you. I know you are our mother, you are Dr. Mary's mother, you are all of us here, we have you as our beautiful mother. And you are Mami doctor. When they want to call doctors in generations of Mami is Mami doctor plus 3 square. So Mami, please speak, say a word so your children here will be blessed. Hello. The Lord is good. honor Dr. Mary Akwa, my darling daughter. I'm so delighted and happy, and that is why I'm sitting here till almost midnight, watching, admiring what is going on. Dr. Mary, we cannot thank you enough. It takes a woman with a strong heart to do the things you've done. You are great, you are wonderful. Thank God for your life. You told us in church that yes, we went back to Cameroon, stayed for 20-something years, came back and picked the program. And you started and struggled for 6 years, and you are now a doctor of nurses with so many branches. I cannot name all. And you told us that it is God's dream, not your own. Amen. God did it for you. And He did it for us all. I want to cheer you up and pray that I don't know whether the sky is your limit or you will bypass the sky. Thank your children, and thank your grandchildren, your in-laws, your friends, your mothers, your well-wishers, everybody who's here wants to thank you all for coming to cheer up. We are so glad and we are so privileged to enjoy you. We know that the patient that will come your way will be blessed. Amen. We know the doctors are on the street, but God will heal them. I want to thank you so much for being a wonderful nurse. Doctor. Thank you so much for making us right. Please put your hands together for Mami. Mami had been a nurse, a midwife. You don't say they call them doctors. That's how I know Mami in 1990 back home. The next person, Mami, thank you very much. And they're celebrating Mami's birthday next week. It's informal, but I don't have to say so. The next speaker on the floor here is a beautiful daughter of the Most High God. The person who shared the same umbilical cord with Dr. Achoy. If you look at them, they look very much alike. And they resemble not only in the physical, in the spiritual, and in every other thing. Their children are all alike. They are neatly bonded in love and spirit and in everything that they do. I just love them. And I'm honored at this moment to invite to this floor a lady whom in the month of December last year, I was present at her 30th wedding anniversary in Cameroon, in Lime. And during that occasion, as well as we've all heard, this family is made up of doctors, the children, the grandchildren, the great-great-grandchildren, who definitely have doctors spring up. During that ceremony, I witnessed something which was very, very peculiar and special and honorable. I saw children give back to their parents whilst they are alive, telling them how much they love them, not just in words, but in action. I saw Surgeon Indu remove her doctorate robe, and she wore it on her mother. And the whole crowd, it was a mammoth crowd in Lime. It was beautiful. And she said, I'm saying this for those of you who were not there, some of us were there and were here, to share what we learned during that occasion with you. I'm sorry, maybe I'm taking your time. Sorry about that, but I just have to do that. Dr. Indu wore her doctorate robe on her manner. And she said, Mommy, for what I am today, is thanks to you. And my family, we crown you the mother of culinary arts, mother of home education, mother of bringing forth the best of children, in short, all the best adjectives, virtuous words you can think of in describing a wonderful mother, a true seed of the Most High God, a daughter of Sarah. They did to their mom. I was blessed. We all were blessed. And so I have a similar honor at this point in time to introduce to this floor that person that I equally call my own doctor. I would say the floor is that of Dr. Makateke. To share experiences and tell us what I have been with having a beautiful sister also is a doctor today. Dr. Mata.
Thank you so much, Auntie Jackie, as I call you. Oh, where am I going to start? The beginning. 59 years. It's a long time. I call her my twinnie. Congratulations. I want to welcome all the guests. I'm short of words. I thought I had it all in my head, but everything has gone. I am never, ever short of what to say. But today it seems as if it's not working, but it has to work. My twin sister and I have come a long way. A long way. From the time we were conceived in our mother's womb. We've always been together. So similar, yet so different. In our own different ways. Similar in the sense that we were born on the same day. Similar in the sense that our husbands' names all start with a T. Similar in the sense that our firstborns are all girls and the second are all boys. Similar in the fact that we entered the same plane in 1988 to come to the United States. Similar in the fact that we are both nurses. I'll get to that. Let me get to the differences. Very different in the fact that my dear twin sister has been the trailblazer. My dear twin sister has been the one that has always held my hands. You know, God is always so wonderful and miraculous, the way He does things. The two of us are twins, but in that twin, there's one that is clearly the man, and there's another that is clearly the woman. And it has stayed that way. Every time Mary is the one that goes out there to look for money. And I am the one that cooks the food. And make sure that the house is clean, everything is put in order. So we complement each other. We have our different strengths. Very different in our strength. And all of us have worked in our own directions and very strong in those various strengths. When we came to the United States, Mary went and looked for a job and took me. I mean, now that she has a doctorate, trust me, I will have all the money. Because she will call me wherever she's going. So I'm not afraid, I'm not worried about that. She already opened the road for me to go. When it comes to money, I said, Mary, go. How do we go? She said like this or something like that. So when we came, I'm looking at this. And I'm going to tell you guys where I stopped. And I stopped. Certified nursing assistant, both of us went in that one. Let's go. We went. You know, she did science and I did arts. So that made her a little more faster in that area. When we came here, everybody said, nursing, that is where we have to go. She went to do CMA, that is Certified Medication Aid. I told her I'm not doing it. She said, okay, stay as a nursing assistant. I was fine. Stayed as a nursing assistant. She went to CMA, she brought in more money. We cooperated. Yes, we really did. I'm serious. Any family that cooperates, or anybody, whether it's husband and wife, siblings, or whoever, if you people cooperate, you will surely make it. I am so serious. You will make it. You have to be together. And I'm going on this line. So she went to LPN. That was what it was in Maryland. It's LPN now. In Texas. She went there. She came home. She said, Madam, I found another way to go into nursing school. How are we going to do? They said we have to pay school fees. We have to do this. We have to do that. I said, don't worry. She said she wants to go. I said, you did biology. Me, I did not do that. Oh my. She said, okay, she's going to go. I said, okay. So I worked. I said, go. I saved some money. And she went. So I was paying the bills while she was going to school. So when she got 6 months, I think it was 6 months. Yes. When she got 6 months to that thing, she came and told me that, Madam, since as if you can do this thing, why don't you enter? I said, I don't think I can do it. I said, I don't think I can do it. She said, no, you can do it. Just go and write that exam. I said, what if I fail? She said, let me tell you something. You can write it like more than one time. I said, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I went the first day. Everything was to cram. I crammed. I was not writing anything. I just crammed all the questions. As soon as I got home, I started telling her the answer. As she was giving me answers, she gave me all the answers. I said, okay. So I went the second time. Of course, I wrote, I passed. She was 6 months. She was 6 months ahead of me. So, but she had already used her books. I'm telling you guys, that was the biggest $325 investment I ever made in my life. At that time, LBN was $325, no, $500. But Mary had some books that she had passed that class and they decided to take those books off. So my school fee was $325. Now Mary had 6 months. I had saved some money, so we struggled a little bit. 6 months, she graduated. And once she graduated, she said, Mata, don't work anymore, just go to school. So I went to school. She was a graduate nurse, GN. That was how they used to call her, GN. We were working in the same nursing home. To cut a long story short, oh, that year she said that no, we can go to Cameroon. This was 1990. I said, how are we going to go? We don't have any money. She said, Mata, I will pay the flight ticket. The only thing is for you to work for your pocket money. I will buy everything and I will pay the tickets, and that was what happened 1990. After 2 years here, we went to Cameroon. She paid the tickets and I got only my pocket money that I could work. So by that time I just passed my LPN. I just passed, but it was just a few months. I could not work much to gather money. She filled my pocket money for me. As I said, she's the man, I'm the woman. So those things don't bother me. She has to bring the money. Has to bring it. So, to cut a long story short, as far as nursing is concerned, that was why I ended. Right there. And I am a very proud LVN. us have our strength. All of us. After that LVN, I went and got married to my darling husband. To me, family was all I cared for. To raise my children, to make sure they're okay, and to make sure my husband is okay. That's the big difference between the two of us. So I'm homey and she is money. My dear sister, I am so proud of you, my twinnie. You know, so yeah, I cannot prouder you. I'm waiting for you to work money. She says, since I'm proud of her, let me prouder her. I cannot prouder you. For now, I will prouder you. Let me say this. You have done wonderfully well. And to my beloved brother-in-law, my beloved capable and non-capable, my capable brother-in-law, I want to say thank you so much for hanging in there. For all the time she told you I'm graduating, but she didn't graduate. The person said you will be pastor. So we'll see the next chapter in her life. But just hang in there. She's a very good person with a good heart. Thank you, my dear, for raising me to be a doctor. Let me tell you all something. You see this profession, nursing, because CMAs, they are not nurses. Start with MPNs. We are proud, very proud. Yes, right there we start. When you come in the beginning, there, you will see my face. And when you go to the end, up there, you will see her face. So in the length of that profession, you will see us. Your win is my win. I know that. I am proud. So DJ, please DJ, I want to have a number with my beloved twin sister. The one that has held my hands. The one that has been there for me. Please play that number I requested, DJ.
Every day na party, every day na jolly. Oh yeah, move your body, no time for story. When we're down, I'm supposed to the party. No time to check my name. Everybody make it right.
Tarisha Holland, Miss Aid Takere, Mr. Boris Puffer, Miss Estela Takusi, a toast by Dr. Philip Ilangwe. All right, if you heard your name, prepare yourself. The champagne will soon be here. DJ, no moment of silence.
Brother Tito. Brother Tito, the humble, the handsome, the eloquent. If he speaks here, you guys don't want him to leave, but I'm not going to give him the opportunity to start talking because he can wow all of us in this room. And Brother Tito is one person that is always filled. When he sings, oh my God, I forgot that part. Let him not start singing here because we will not go to. But Brother Tito, my brother, my handsome brother, the Minister of Finance. Please give us that pleasure by toasting.
Well, I think you should hold the mic.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. My name is Tito, and I just want to propose a toast. And here is to new beginnings to our dear sister. We thank God for bringing her thus far. Without him, she would not have made it. We thank God for using all of you to be a part of this wonderful celebration and helping her to get to this point. So again, I say to new beginnings, our dear sister, the sky is your limit. The Lord will take you further than you can ever imagine. You will be celebrated again and again, along with your wonderful husband. And it is our prayer that we will all be there to continue to celebrate with you. So in the name of the Father, the Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit, let us drink, let us toast to a wonderful and bright future to our sister. Thank you, and God bless you.